Today's lesson is on cyber hygiene, the big picture. Why is cyber hygiene important? Well, it's very important for you to protect your public persona, what people see online. It's also very important to protect your private information. It's important to protect all of our devices as well as our software. And nationwide, it's also important to protecting our economy as well as our nation's infrastructure. Okay, there are 5 areas where we should be ready. Okay, for in terms of cyber hygiene, we need to be able to identify. Okay, what could be at risk, what kind of data is at risk, what devices could be at risk, etc. We need to be able to protect. How do we prevent a problem? How can we protect our smartphones? Okay, our laptops, our desktops. We also need to be able to be prepared to detect. How do we identify a problem? How do we detect once something has been compromised? And how do we respond? How do you contain a problem once a problem has occurred? And lastly, how would you recover your data? How do you get back to normal? Okay, if you've been a victim of an attack. Okay, for people your age, for teens, okay, high school, middle school age, cyberbullying, okay, is an unfortunate reality. Okay, you should know how to handle it. Okay, if you do know of any instances of cyberbullying, you should document exactly what happens. You should also make sure you're reporting it. Okay, and also don't escalate it. Don't make it worse than it is. Don't encourage or contribute to it. You want to think about it as the internet is not anonymous. Okay, anything that you say on the internet, okay, will affect people. Okay, picture the person. If you're thinking about doing something or saying something that's not nice, think of them as a person. Think about how they would feel. Try to kind of keep it human. In terms of demand for cybersecurity jobs, there's a very high demand. Okay, the U.S. Department of Labor expects a 5-fold increase in terms of cybersecurity jobs in the next several years. Okay, cyber attacks are a common military weapon. They've also been used to target businesses. Okay, in the last couple months or so, I've seen on the news there have been hospitals who've been attacked, and in some cases, what the cyber thieves have done is they've taken the hospital data and encrypted it so that the people didn't have access to it, and then they held the key hostage, so that basically the hospital would have to go ahead and pay a ransom of tens of thousands of dollars in order to get this encryption key. So then once they've done that, then the hospital could get their data back. That's also happened to individual computers as well. Okay, as a country, okay, cyber espionage costs at least $400 billion a year. So you're talking billions, hundreds of billions of dollars a year. In terms of your own security, make sure you don't get too personal online. Okay, don't give out too much personal information so that people can find out too much about you. As always, you should always protect your password. Okay, you should always be using a firewall and antivirus software anytime you're accessing the internet using a computer. You should stick with well-reviewed software. Be wary of anything that you're going to try and download. Stay away from pornographic and hacking websites. They tend to have more, anything on the edge is where you're going to kind of get back and get yourself into more trouble. And also make sure you back up your data. It's inevitable that you're going to lose your data. Eventually you'll lose it. So you have to take the tack that eventually it's going to happen. That way you'll be prepared. Okay. Ideally, it's best to regularly schedule a time to back up your data, whether it's from servers, from portable storage, or from whatever your devices are. You also want to protect your devices from physical loss. Don't make it easy for somebody to steal it. Okay, don't leave it out. Make sure you keep your phone, your laptop somewhere where it's protected. Okay,